Good morning, Totem Collective. This morning we are going to do a reading called the 9 Totem Reading. And the question is, what does your higher self want to tell you about your potential right now for your future? And this reading, the 9 Totem Reading, is so specific and so long-term that even if you listen to this video in a few years' time, you would still find elements of it that apply to you or that are in progress of evolution. So let's get 9 cards, and it's going to be Spiritual House, Abundance House, Inner Self House, Inner Space, your right brain, your left brain, your East, your South, your West, and your North. Let's put these cards away. So where do we start? Your spiritual house. What does your totem want to tell you about your potential? What is your higher self message through your totems about your potential? The Antelope is your spiritual house, and it says action. The Antelope is all about action. So in the old times, when the Native Americans used to eat antelope, they could survive through the action because the antelope would allow them to eat its flesh and give of itself for the benefit of the community. So it's an action that is aligned to a purpose, not just any action that sometimes requires sacrifices. We know that many people wished that they went through life without any challenges, any suffering, all like a Mary Poppins film, wonderful, beautiful, and all singing and dancing. But the fact is that we would not learn anything. We would not have to decide who we want to be, what we want to do, what actions do we want to take, and for what specific purposes. All that takes discipline, containment, energy, integrity, and that is the ascension process to clarify bit by bit over a period of time the things that worked for you and didn't, and all that is the spiritual house. So it is your roadmap, your pathway. Without this animal, you have no compass, you have no direction. So knowledgeable action. Why? Your house of abundance is the panther. The panther is a magical creature of the night, and at night you have different eyes. Let's not get into the shadow where you see the real world when you integrate the part of the shadow that you don't acknowledge, but also in this case is the moon, the subconscious, the instinct, the intuition. If you do an action aligned to the purpose of your higher self is saying, I will whisper it to you. I am magical, but you got to close your eyes. You have to be in the dark. You must not use only your physical senses for you to see the path ahead. Close your eyes, sense it, because your truths and your answers are always lurking when you least expect it. And as soon as you relax and allow yourself to receive them, they will jump in with like absolute clarity. And so he's saying, what are your inner strategies? Do you have any inner strategies? Well, the raven is all about the shadow. The raven is all about shape-shifting. The raven is all about you listen to your intuition, take the action, integrate a bit more of your shadow in your present life. We're going to see what for, but the raven is the shapeshifter. And the panther is just one of those animals that you never see coming. They're always ready to pounce. So I always say that the spiritual path is a path of alertness, but relaxed alertness. Why? Because you're always aware, but you're not ready to jump at people's throat when they say something or do something that you don't like. You contain yourself and hold back because you know that that's their choice, not yours, and it's about them, not about you. So this is a point of maturity. You have a huge potential. Clearly your cards are saying that you have a huge potential to tap into those dimensions that we are going to see what's going to happen later on, but potentially it's all there. You can shapeshift, you can be readily alert, and you can take action when you listen to the voice of your intuition, and you have to be brave to go back into your pain and pick up a chunk of that shadow and bring it to light. That means bringing it to light, turn it around, integrate it. Beetle, your right brain. Your right brain is all about success. So you are highly creative. And there is something about beetles that when they pick up the poo that nobody wants, and then they put the eggs on it and they roll the ball, when the eggs are ready to be born, they just drop the ball in the water and it all dissolves. It all happens miraculously and everything happens with very little effort. Okay, rolling the ball is the effort, but isn't it the same with life? But in your case, your creative side, which is your right brain, is massively successful. Now, what happens is that you need to find that niche, that ball of poo that nobody seems to want, that path that somebody will say, that's not really creative, but in your soul, it will tell you what is that path. What is that niche that nobody else does or wants to do? And why you? Because you are ready for it, you've got the skills for it, you've got the gifts for it, and that is the fun of your life, to reveal those gifts. Now, your left brain or analytical brain is all about working step by step, working as a community, moving along, taking heavy weights, but always creating magnificent structures that you alone would not be able to do. But that process, that staying in line with the others, that looking at the bigger picture, is that all analysis and left brain ability to clarify through your intuition that the things that you do are not simply painful or heavy for nothing. There is a reason for everything. And in this case, carrying those massive weights, leading you to success, maybe not a success that can be counted only on money like people think, but a success in your heart of being full, of feeling love, of feeling compassion, of feeling part of a greater cosmos, of feeling the purpose, of having a meaningful life. That, my dear friends, that is real success. Not everybody taps into it. Okay, so now we go to your card of the East, which is your new beginnings. And in these new beginnings, let's put it like that so that you can see them all. In these new beginnings, you have Goose. And what is Goose? Goose is an adventurer. And again, it has the element of working together with a group. And you got a leader capability. But being a leader doesn't mean that you got to do everything by yourself, everything on your own, always you and nobody else, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. No, because when the goose is tired, it drops off and it goes to the back and it rides the currents of the wind drafts that the geese are in front of him are creating by flapping their wings. So they fly in a V form. So you can be at the front at some point, then drop it, go back, and allow others to take lead, and then you rest a little bit and think about things. And you see, it's not about self-importance, and it's not about being the best in the group. It's about contributing what you have to contribute at each given moment, but without taking others from contributing as well, and not trying to be always the center of a stage, because really it's not even worth it. Oh my God, righty-ho. So now, wow, this is interesting. In your West, which is your house of manifestation, you go bad. Look at this. Dark, blind. What does it tell you? Isn't it amazing? So the bat relies on its eco sonar to predict or inner see what is around it, and it has wings, so there is a metamorphosis into flying. But also, I'm sorry to say, bat brings a little bit of chaos because he sleeps upside down, and like a baby that is about to burn be born, bat brings this element of, before the birth of such a beautiful creature, it is absolute chaos, right? Pain, blood, mess, not very pretty. But it's a natural process. Now, bat is a card that is in your inner child house, and your inner child is all about your emotions. Bat brings two elements. One, because he relies on echo sonar. Look at this. Dark, blind. What does he tell you? Shadow. Tapping into the shadow by listening to your guides, taking action, and not trusting what you see but what you sense, and allowing perhaps your huge spiritual team to blow the wind behind your wings so that you can go further. And there is an element of allowing so that things become easy for you, much easier than you make it. And so, but also has an element of chaos because it sleeps upside down and like represents the rebirth. So I don't know if you are a mother, but when you are at that moment that you dread for like 9 months, when you come to the point, if you allow the universal drafts of energy, the waves of energy to do the work on your behalf, it just happens like that. And this is life. If you allow it and accept it and don't resist it, it is much easier, much happier. And there is a transformation, big transformation, because look, it's got wings, wings. You got all earth, insects, transformation, and now you have wings. So there is an evolution. You can see the evolution. Let's see what you manifest. And there you have a massive transformation card here, which is the snake, which if you're like me and I have a snake in my spiritual house, I have to keep changing and shifting, or I feel I asphyxiate, which means the element of adventure and sensing what's coming. You need to change your skin on a regular basis because you need to grow. It's not something that you can choose or not choose. It's just part of your DNA. So because this is on your house of manifestation, what happens is that you need to shape shift your present reality on a regular basis according to the changes of the whispers of the universe, and easily fly in that direction. So we're going to go to the last house, which is your north, which is your house of wisdom, and we're going to see what makes you such an incredibly amazing potential with so much more to still transmute, so much success in the work you do and in the niche that is there waiting for you to find, and your community to fly to it, to give birth to it, and to change your skin and grow in the process. This is amazing. This is a beautiful story. Oh my God. And you have dog, and dog is your north. Your north is the house of wisdom. And what is dog about? Dogs is about accepting yourself before you accept anybody else, loving yourself before you love anybody else, giving to yourself before you give to anybody else. Do not wait for someone else to tap you on the shoulder and recognize your abilities, your skills, your contribution. You must know. You yourself must know. And your spirit is saying, transform yourself into who you know you are. Do not wait for others to tell you or acknowledge you, because they are too busy trying to find who they really are. So it is your job, and we will help you and give birth so that you expand and do the work in community in a successful niche. We are talking to you from the shadows so that you can take action. Isn't that a beautiful, absolutely beautiful reading? I'm so happy for you. This is work in progress. I wish you all the success in the future. If you like the channel, if you like the reading, please give me a like, subscribe, and of course, make your comments. And I will see you next time.